Hi.
Hey guys.
So are you watching One Tree Hill on Hulu?
Yes.
I hope you answered yes.
I answered for you because you should be.
Thank you.
I have the
Well,
giggles.
you ever you're laying in bed and you're trying to watch a show and sometimes you can't really hear it because you got to keep the TV down low because maybe someone's trying to sleep. We got headphones for you guys. Studio Sweden.
Vasa blah.
Vasa blah. We're doing a little team up with them, and if you use the code TreeHillTalk at checkout, you get 15% off
With
and
free shipping.
free shipping.
Lots of varieties to make your ears happy.
They're very, very pretty. Go to their Instagram, Studio Sweden, and you can see them, and they're very cute headphones. We each have a pair. They're lovely.
Yeah.
So if you're in need of a new pair of headphones for the gym or watching One Tree Hill or listening to our podcast, check them out.
All your needs are covered.
Link down below.
Yay.
Bye.
Just do it. You just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it, Nike.
Nike.
Nike, not sponsored. Hi, welcome to Tree Hill Talk.
I'm
Oh,
keeping
hi.
that in.
Yeah, I mean, they totally could sponsor if they want to with open
Sure.
arms. I'm Ingrid,
I'm Liz.
And I'm Michelle.
and this week we have.
Dun, dun, dun,
Dun,
dun.
dun, dun, dun. That's my drum roll.
I was like doing it with my
Nicole.
tongue. I'm like,
Oh boy, a repeat of last week.
no.
Nicole
I'll
is
never do
here.
Hello.
that. Yay.
And she's our guest host. If you want a guest host, just go over to patreon.com/treehilltalk and find out how you can do that. Do we want to just jump right in?
Yeah.
Yes.
We watched
So
episode 19.
We sure did.
where not to look for freedom.
Where, Liz?
Which where? On commentary, on pre-show, I was like, wait, you mean where, like we are, or like where? She's like,
Who?
no,
What?
where the
Where?
place? I'm like, oh, okay, got it.
Where, like, wearing clothing?
Where not to look for freedom.
Gotcha.
Which I guess it
Like
kind
kind of a
we
little
renamed
fitting.
it, right?
Yes, I renamed it
Baby steps.
Baby Steps. Thank you. Sort of. I mean, the whole episode was kind of like each character had little baby steps,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they were babies.
and they were babies.
Nicole, what did you feel about this episode overall?
I liked it. I mean, it was nice. I couldn't remember how long it took for the whole accident thing to come out, so it was kind of nice to kind of get some more information on that. But I mean, there was, like you said, all things baby. I think there was a lot of jumping around, which when I was like taking notes, like I usually don't take notes, and I was like, feel like I wrote a lot because I feel like there's just a lot of jumping around. But
Yeah.
it's a pretty good episode overall, I think.
Yeah, there was a lot of musical acts, and then we saw different montages of what everyone was
Mhm.
doing.
Right. So, like, in
Yeah.
those certain montages, you're like, oh, I have to get what everyone's doing.
Yeah. Right.
In the
It's hard during
3-second frames.
montages.
It's hard. It's hard.
Yeah, because you kind of check in with everyone.
Because it's like, oh, he's sipping coffee. Oh, now we're over here. She's got a baby. Oh,
Mhm.
now we're at the diner.
That's
Oh,
pretty much
now-
where my notes
Yeah.
look.
Yeah,
See?
it's like you're trying, and then
sorry.
sometimes I look at my notes and I'm like, wait, what's happening? Or I
Yeah.
just write the character's name. And I'm like, I don't remember.
I know.
what
And
they
I'm
were
like,
doing.
which seed?
Yeah.
Oh,
I know,
sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say I had to pause a few times. I'm like, how do you guys write so fast when you guys are taking notes and watching? Because I was like, I can't write that fast. I paused a few times just to make sure I could write
You're
down
better
what I.
than us because I just go, oh, fuck it.
This is like, they got it.
They got
Yeah.
it. That's
She's
why
like,
you have to
"Oh,
watch with other people. They got it.
There's three of us. Someone's got notes. Our notes are very. I mean, we should definitely take pictures of our notes.
Yeah,
'cause
we
I feel
always
like
forget.
They're really funny. All right. So
This premiered on April 26th, 2011.
Yes.
nice.
It's almost.
We're getting closer.
If you wanted to know.
Yeah, we're
That
getting
was
closer
almost
to.
7 years ago.
Yeah, 7. Crazy.
Jeez.
Yeah, pretty much almost 7 years ago.
Today, like,
Around
Yeah.
when we
Yeah,
watched
around
it. 'cause
it.
It's the
Mhm.
24th as we were.
right. Whoa.
Whoa,
Yeah.
dude.
On this note, I have Haley and Lydia Bob.
I have
Yeah.
blankets.
I wrote
'Cause-
Haley and Lydia.
Blankets.
Yeah, blankets, sad Brooke is what I have.
No,
Because,
that
like,
happens
Haley
after.
That
opens.
happens after.
Yeah, like, well, Haley's holding Lydia, and then it transitions into, like, Brooke opening the blanket. It was, like, the same scene to me. So I just wrote, oh, I'll remember this, blankets.
What do you have, Nicole?
I have Haley with baby and then Brooke with all the baby things, sad face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
She was
pretty much the
sad.
next.
Sad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because she has all this stuff that she isn't going to use, and she has to put it all away and ship it back.
Yeah.
Nothing worse than having to return things. Am I right?
The worst.
I'm really
Now
bad at
we're
returning
not
things.
having any Baby R Us anymore, so
No.
she can't return it.
Nope. She's screwed.
If she got it from there.
If she got it from there, she probably got it
7
from some,
years
like,
ago.
bougie.
Yeah.
A boutique.
A boutique, yes, a very special one.
Next, I
Although,
have.
Since she doesn't have a job, I'm sure it's got to be more like, on a budget.
Yes.
But that's true.
Yeah.
And did people? I guess people didn't gift her anything.
I mean, this happened so fast.
this was the quickest adoption ever.
It was like 3 days.
yeah,
Yeah.
in real time, 3 days. Like we met Chloe. Chloe said, "I'm having the baby." Chloe had baby. Like that was it.
And then she said
then
she's
she
gonna keep
said-
the baby.
I'm gonna keep it.
So it was just like a lot of roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah.
I have a
Then
I have a comment.
Oh, go ahead,
no,
Nicole.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I was just saying, I have a comment that kind of is part of this, but it kind of, I realized it later in the episode, because I know throughout the episode, she's kind of like looking at the baby things. But I was thought it was interesting that she had all these girl things and she was talking about returning it all, but they didn't find out it was a girl until after they were at the hospital realizing they weren't getting the baby.
Oh yeah,
Right, that's true.
So I don't know. I just thought it was weird. I'm like, where'd she get all this stuff? I mean,
Plus, she could have gave it to Haley. I mean, she just had a girl baby.
Good
That's true.
point.
I don't know. That comes later in the episode that you find that out. Or, I mean, I guess I realized it later in the episode. I was like, wait, she didn't find out till they were at the hospital.
Yeah.
When she's like, it was a girl.
Continuity error.
That's true.
Julian to look it over and is this the truck? And Julian's like, certain this is the truck.
Yeah.
How did they get into the garage?
What? Yeah.
How did
how'd
they get into the
garage?
garage? That was my question. Like
Yeah.
it was Clay and Nate and Julian, and they just randomly get into the garage.
Right? Like,
Well,
it's like they
I
just
think-
walked in.
Was it still the party?
No, I think I
Oh
assumed
no,
it
that was
later.
before the baby. Duh. Maybe they met up with Ian, and he was like, "I'm gonna go bang this chick."
You were like,
And
"I'm
then
gonna go
they're
to the
like, "Ooh,
bathroom."
We're
They're
gonna
like-
and then we're gonna
Yeah.
go to this
Yeah.
garage.
I
over
also
here.
was thinking that. I'm like, oh, you just walk yourself right in there. Go ahead into the
Yeah.
garage.
And
No
I-
one knocks. No
I
one.
also didn't think that party took place at the house, but apparently
I guess it did.
it did.
We didn't
Kellerman probably-
realize it was Kellerman's house.
I didn't. I thought it was at one of the college frat
That's
guys.
I know. We were deceived by that, or we just didn't pick up on it. Maybe
in
they
my-
said it once that it. Maybe they did say it, but we just didn't hear, or I don't know. We were confused. I guess like we just didn't realize that they were at
Because in my mind, I feel like Nate wouldn't go to the house
right.
again. You know what I mean? After dropping off or August,
Right. Eh.
Right.
whatever. Okay.
Whatever. Doesn't
Moving
matter.
on.
Then I have Julian and Clay in the car. and
Julian.
Julian is pissed,
Yes. Yeah.
and he's venting about the fact that this guy did this and how terrible. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
He can't believe it.
Yeah.
He's mad. I don't blame him.
Yeah.
Shitty situation.
It is.
Then I wrote Jamie and Kellerman's class.
Yeah.
Nicole, what do you think about that scene?
I don't know. I thought it was interesting that he brought Jamie into class. I know Nate has kind of an interesting way of dealing with this whole thing, but I feel like he could have approached Kellerman instead of doing it in front of the whole class. I
Right.
thought that was a little not tactful, but
Agreed.
I don't know. I guess he was trying to have a little fun with it, I guess you could say, but
Right. Kind of.
I don't know. I guess it was weird to involve Jamie. I mean, he's a kid. You don't need to involve him in this adult things, but I don't know.
Yeah, Jamie's always involved in the
agreed.
adult.
He's always
Right.
involved.
I know,
It's
he
like he's
is.
just another adult.
Yeah, because when we were watching it, I felt it was inappropriate. But then
So
later
did
on,
I.
guess it was a way of Nate, the way Nate does things.
Yeah. And then
Like,
I
let's
played
teach a
the devil's
lesson.
advocate where I was like, Nate, the father of Jamie, who was in this car that almost drowned and died, just found out his douchebag professor was the guy who did it. and it's Nate.
just so happens to be
that, and he acts out and wants to call him out and make him feel dumb.
But
How he makes all his students feel.
Yeah,
So
I get that's true.
it was like the one way that he could really, and for Kellerman to then dismiss his class.
Right? I was pretty shocked. I guess he was really shook.
He was shooketh.
He was shooketh.
Kellerman was shooketh.
Yeah. With that intro.
The intro. What do you think,
Put
Nicole?
intro upbeat.
I know. I put intro what? Question mark. Yeah, it was. I was trying to like listen to it, trying to figure out like what it reminds me of. But yeah, it was like an upbeat kind of like punk rock sort of feel. I don't know.
Like
it was really strange.
It was strange, as they all are.
I mean, they all are. Yeah.
So weird. I don't like them. And each week, I still don't like them.
I mean, at least this one was upbeat, like you guys
Right.
said.
It kept you going. I wasn't falling asleep.
It's just those images don't, I mean,
It was
just doesn't
performed
work.
by Lucero.
Okay.
Okay.
Just threw that in
Whoever.
there. Then
Quinn singing.
Quinny, our girl Quinny, singing it. Red Bedroom.
I want to know Nicole's thoughts on Quinn.
Okay, so this is I think it's only my second time watching the complete season. I think I only watched these later seasons live on TV, and this is my second time.
Makes sense.
So I don't know, I guess I didn't really think much of her necessarily before, but now part of it is like hearing more in depth, like what you guys think and kind of discussing. No. It's kind of you guys actually discussing it. Like, I think I see her in different light, and that's not like in a negative way, but it's kind of just like, I don't know. Yeah. You're like, that's kind of right. Like I think I was more just watching it just to watch it. But since you guys are more critiquing it, I'm paying attention more to it. So it's like, oh yeah, but I don't know. She's very, I guess, Quingy. That's every time I say it, like, it just makes so much sense. Like, she's just super quirky, but I don't know. I think that's just her. I mean, I don't know. In this scene, though, I don't know if you guys noticed, but the first thing I noticed, because I was trying to notice like outfits, is like horrendous. I don't know if
it was horrendous.
Yeah, in the scene.
Minus the boots.
The glitter, the
boots were
sequin
like duck
shorts,
boots,
the
right?
boots.
Weren't they like duck boots?
They were like, I don't know, there was like
boots?
these big clunky brown boots. They kind of look like,
Yeah, it
I
would have
don't-
been better without that.
Like
those
flip
like
flops.
sandals.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Michelle's about to flip the table.
Sequins.
I didn't mind the
sweater.
shirt. It was like a gray sweatshirt with sequin shorts. I didn't mind that part, but the brown boots just like threw me off.
Right.
The
Why
But
do you
anyway-
have to have gray and brown? Don't that wouldn't have mixed. Then it doesn't. Yeah,
Didn't like the boots.
It was like comfy mixed with like, because sequence I always think of like, clubbing or going out kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And then there was like these big clunky brown boots, and I was just like, I'm not quite sure what she's going for, but I don't know. I thought it was really
Did
random.
she wear
that
those
was-
shorts before?
maybe
Haven't we seen her in blue sequins? I feel like
she probably
The
she wears
Bachelorette?
things like
Maybe.
that before. Like she that's like her style.
yeah, I feel like we've seen her.
She
in
wears
blue
like
sequins.
a flashy piece with like toned down, comfy.
Which I dig.
I know.
Yeah.
I like it. I like her style,
I
yeah,
do.
style.
not her singing, but her style.
or her.
Yeah.
And
I'm
or-
glad
or her.
we're bringing light.
If
to
anything,
audiences.
we're shedding some light on what Quingy is.
So we like her outfits. We
Yeah,
like
that's
her hair.
It's a plus.
Her hair's beautiful.
Gorgeous hair.
Great hair.
And
I have Alex enters.
and then she says, "Hey."
'Cause she's singing Eye of the Tiger.
Yeah.
Would you rather have Eye of the Tiger or Toaster Pastry Sauce? Come on, Ingrid, you're supposed to have that on cue.
No,
man.
we actually
Don't tempt
took her
her.
phone away from her, so she couldn't do that.
No more of that. Sorry.
Would I rather have the toaster pastry song or the
Or
Eye of the Tiger?
the entire Eye of the Tiger song.
Oh,
I don't know.
maybe Eye of the Tiger because it's
Yeah.
not as
Toaster pastry.
Yeah, I know it. And the
she
song
kept
just
singing,
bothered
though.
me.
She sang
And
little
get
bits.
into my tummy, like the way she's just speaking like a
Ugh.
child, and that bothers me. Anyway, let's not get triggered again.
Yeah. let's not get triggered. Mouth and Millie.
Yes, talking drugs and airplanes and
Well,
Mouth.
Mouth is spitting stories.
exposés.
yeah.
He's spitting hot fire flames. He's clearly
Millie's like,
grumpy.
let's just keep coming because she
Yeah.
loves it. She's
He's
writing
like
all of it
He's
down.
producing her,
Right.
essentially.
Yeah.
He's still not jealous, though.
No.
No, he just likes to.
He's just
to,
a
like,
helpful
talk.
boyfriend. He's just a little
I
gem.
am bothered by it.
No, I feel like they're going to eventually turn this into Mouth is now going to have something career wise with this,
Yeah.
but it's taking a while to get there, which I think is realistic,
Yeah.
but annoying
I mean,
that
it's only
he's
been
not
like 3
pursuing
episodes.
it. I know, it just Mouth has been lost for a while,
I
so I
know.
want him to,
He's
You
a
know, I mean,
bartender.
Millie got a field reporting job in a day. So
without
Without
having
even
any
applying.
experience
Yeah.
or
She didn't even
applying.
apply.
Yeah.
Duh. That's how you do it.
I have middle name Chester.
Oh, yeah.
Jamie and Haley are talking about why that Chester's
Chester.
upset that Lydia's middle name isn't Chester.
right.
Mm-hmm.
It's Bob.
Chester is upset with Haley.
Yeah.
And Jamie says, when I have a child, I'm going to name their middle name Chester.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
That's the One
You
Tree
go
Hill
ahead
sequel.
and do that. That's the One Tree Hill sequel. Jamie
OTH
with
return.
his child
All grown
middle name
up.
Chester.
Jamie Chester Jr.
Jamie Chester Jr.
Oh gosh.
And I have
Alex and Quinn in the studio.
Yes, Alex is going to open for Olan and the Moon. Mm-hmm. That's about it. But Quinn says, I have to get them first. So she told Alex that
You're going to open
she
for them,
could
but I
open
don't
for
have
but
them yet.
I don't have them yet.
It's a good way to do business.
Yeah.
So we're supposed to assume since Haley is on maternity leave
Quinn
that
has been
Quinn
helping.
is now the Red Bedroom Records
Well, she's stepping in.
She's just she's
replacement
a substitute
for the minute
of running the
musical production
Mhm.
going there.
Yep.
The booking.
The bookings.
I mean,
of
they're not really
shows.
busy, so that's why she's just been doing karaoke.
Right. Many times she does it. That was the first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I have Nate talks to Kellerman.
He confronts him.
Mm-hmm.
And he admits it.
He does.
Well,
not
no.
very. No,
Well,
not
he
yet. Was it yet?
No, this isn't this where he talks about he hit a deer.
Okay. Yeah. So
Yeah.
he's not admitting it just yet.
All right. I wrote drunk question mark.
Yeah.
Mhm. Question mark.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, guys.
Then I have Sadbrook again.
Sad Brooke. She
She just keeps torturing herself and going back into
I
the
wrote
room.
Brooke and Julian sad.
Yeah, Brilliant. They're
Brilliant
sad.
sad.
Yeah, they are
Brooke
sad.
more so than. I mean, I shouldn't say that.
Well, both
They're
different
equally
reasons.
sad,
Julian's
yeah.
enraged.
But now
because of
he's
Kellerman, and Brooke's sad because
And Brooke
of
doesn't
baby
know
stuff.
about Kellerman, so
and Haley doesn't.
Right.
know.
yeah, the guys
Right.
are like,
Both
the
girls
women
are
don't need
blind.
to know.
We'll just take care of it.
We'll take care of it. We're boys. We got it.
The men will handle
Yeah,
Well,
it.
Haley's
Chuck.
like holding baby Lydia, and Jamie comes in. He's like, I was just going around with Daddy, like talking shit with Kellerman or whatever. And she's like, oh, his professor?
Yeah.
I know.
Like, what?
What? Oh, he took you to class?
Why?
To mess with the okay, I'm gonna
Okay.
have to talk with him later.
Like, she didn't even talk,
Yeah.
whatever.
Okay,
she's
when's
just
that
like
coming
yeah,
out?
she's like, oh, my husband's just being Nate.
The men will conquer. Ladies will stay home with the babies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Ooh. Woof.
I
now
have Quinn and singing.
Quinn more singing is what I
The
wrote.
Muppet song.
With Lydia.
Right.
Oh, right.
She's singing to Lydia.
The Muppet song.
Uh-huh. Mana mana.
Mana.
Which I love the Muppets. but
Sure,
I'm
not when
stop
she
singing.
sings it. No.
Did you guys see Lydia's room in this? I noticed her room in this scene because like Quinn and Haley were walking out, and it was I have so cute next to my note.
Oh, was it
Oh, so cute.
Oh, so cute.
So cute.
It is the pink and the
I love
trees.
the pink. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like pink and trees, and there were some like little woodland creatures, like pictures of like a little fox, and then
Yeah.
but it was
Yeah.
like pink, and there was it was just really it
I
was so
did
cute.
notice it now
And I
that you're
like-
saying that. I'm like, oh yeah.
It was a cute
The
room.
arm lamp that I used to
Yeah,
have.
it was
one of
sweet.
those. Yeah.
Yeah, a brilliant phone call.
Painting. They're going to paint.
Right.
And
And
she
then
gets
Brooke gets a phone call.
Clothes Over
From
Bros.
Clothes Over Bros. Hey, Brooke, it's Clothes Over Bros. Because
Hey.
like the whole company has one phone number. Here's
Yeah.
Clothes Over
She-
Bros.
She just has them in her phone as Clothes Over
Clothes
Bros.
Over Bros.
Calling her. We don't know the reason yet.
Right.
But she gets a little ringling from them.
A ringling.
And then we have a Chex scene. I just wrote Chex glasses.
Baby steps, I wrote.
Baby steps.
How are
Why?
the booze and boys?
Booze
That's
and
what he asks
boys.
Alex.
and they're like,
What are our
a little
thoughts,
flirty,
ladies?
and I was like, wow, I thought.
Are we pissed this is happening again?
I'm not pissed.
It's
I'm
not
just
as annoying as last time.
But she told us. She told me specifically, Liz, I'm over this. I'm over it.
Oh, she did?
She said it to
So
me. She said,
sweet.
I'm
You
over
believed
this.
her.
And she lied. And I'm upset.
You're betrayed by your
I'm
friend.
betrayed by Alex. But like,
She's thirsty and she's...
I know we said there's
Sad.
slim pickings in Tree Hill of
And
men
there
that
was-
are single.
Listen, she hung out with Ian.
She did.
Yeah.
And she's like, nah, I'm not about it. She likes Chase. She likes him.
She's always liked him.
She's always liked him.
I mean...
Because he's a challenge, I think. But
And
then
he's
she got the
con-
challenge, and then he dropped her ass, and then decided he's going to be by himself, and now he's liking her again,
And he's convenient.
and very convenient.
and very available and just there.
It's
Like-
okay,
like
whatever.
Ing said, it bothered me less.
It bothered
it
me
did,
less.
it bothered
I think
me
I've
less.
accepted it.
I think because they're
almost.
going slower.
Baby steps.
They're kind of like flirting, but they're not at each other yet.
Yeah.
Right.
Kind of dealy.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about
he
that,
just
Nicole?
slept with me at the wedding.
Right.
right.
Right. Okay.
So
I think the same thing. Like, it didn't bother me as much, but I was kind of just like, really?
Yeah.
But I think also because, she's recording there, so she's there a lot, and he's obviously the bar manager, so he's there a lot, so they're probably seeing each other. And yeah, so they're probably just kind of like hanging out more than we see on, than we would see.
yeah.
But,
And again, the
I'm just
convenience thing.
yeah,
Like, they're right
it's
there.
okay. They're flirting, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
whatever. That's what we think.
I had Vicky and Brooke at
Vicky-
Dixie's.
Yep, at Dixie Grill. Not getting the breakfast burrito. I don't get it.
I know
None of
everyone
these
should get the
people are-
breakfast. Clay's always
So good.
contemplating
Pancakes.
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 Oh, I think pancakes and fajitas. It was last time.
They
Now he
never
wants
get
pancakes
anything
again.
there,
They
but they
never
always throw
eat.
down money. Like when Nate, I forgot, it's a scene later
They
on, but
throw
he
it
throws
down,
down money.
yeah.
But I'm like, you didn't eat any.
Coffee.
You didn't. But I don't even think he had a cup of coffee in front of him.
Waste.
Waste.
Yeah.
Victoria thinks that Brooke should take the job in New York.
New York.
You can have your old apartment, and it's
I
it's
liked
your
this
baby.
scene.
I like that she said that that's your baby, and you could tell that. Did you guys think that Brooke was like happy that she said that, or
Yeah.
sad that she said that?
No,
Because I
think
could.
it clicked.
I think it
I think
clicked,
it clicked
but then
that-
I also thought she was sad. But I think that she's ultimately
I think it was a
yes,
little of
that's
both,
my
yeah.
baby.
Yeah, I think it was a little of both, but
Yeah.
it clicked, and she realized, Clothes Over Bros is her baby. It was
It
her
is.
passion project.
Her first
and
baby,
she has a chance to have it back,
right?
or be part
It's
of it.
true.
Yeah. She seemed very supportive. It was genuine. I liked
Yeah,
that scene.
they've made some
Yeah.
strides since last time they
Yeah.
were together.
Yes, since the baby shower.
Yes, I remember prior to that Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Sorry,
How would
go
you
on,
feel
Nicole.
if they went to New York? Because she was saying, they'd have to go to New York. And I know, Brooke was like, oh, Julian would be okay with it. But how would you guys feel if they went to New York?
I would be happy for them.
Yeah, me too. I think it's time.
I think that's where the business is. That's where their careers are, and I think that'd be a good step. But
Yeah.
also,
Yeah, because
Sad to see them
Julian
go.
could do filmmaking, producing things in New York. So
Yeah. And also, Brooke is now married. Home is where your loved one goes.
Right.
So,
right?
Tree
Well, was he
Hill
going to
is
say
love and
no? I'm going
home.
to stay here.
Yeah. No.
Obviously, he's
They're
going to
together.
be exactly.
As
And
long
they
as
need
they're together.
money.
And
They need the
well,
money.
yeah, I mean, they're-
Right. And Victoria was saying, like, you can't pass this up for the money. Like,
yeah.
The money's
it's
good,
true. The money's good. It's good.
Yeah.
and her apartment's still there.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And then I won't be a river court anymore.
Yeah, Nate and Jamie go to the river court, but the river court is no more because they're going to build condos.
Which I feel like,
Who doesn't like
I wonder
condos?
when they when did they really tear the river court down in real life?
After they finished filming
Right
the
after they're
show.
done filming?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just thinking, like,
She's like,
I thought, I mean, it's definitely sentimental because the first season and everything with the river court, that's very special to the town and to the kids that were watching. And
Yeah.
so I was like, okay, that makes sense that they want to tear this down. It reminds me of like a finale of like Boy Meets World, or like something that like, where something really meaningful was
Yeah.
going to like be taken from them, and then they have to like fight for it.
mm-hmm.
I could see that for the finale for the season.
Yeah.
So
Well, the River Court is a character in this show.
Right, it
so,
is.
Yeah. But Kellerman shows up
Yep.
and admits. Is where he admits?
He does admit it now, right?
Yeah, because that's when
Yeah.
he says he resigned,
Mm-hmm.
and he's willing to go to the police if they want, but that he resigned, he gave everything up, and he's sorry, and blah blah blah
He,
blah.
Yeah.
he is saying he's sorry. Sorry, go ahead, Nicole.
I said, he offered also to pay for everything, like all the hospital bills.
Right,
and-
medical expenses and the car
Yeah.
replacement, car repairs, and those type of things, which was very noble.
Yeah.
You know, his reputation's on the line. He put in his resignation.
Yeah, he had tenure.
He had tenure, yeah.
And this was his life, essentially.
It was his life. He didn't have anything else, as we
Yeah.
see. He doesn't have a relationship with his son. His wife's not there, so
Right.
he has nothing but besides teaching.
That's it.
And
That's
now
it.
it's all gone.
Which we originally thought, we're like, there's no way Ian did it because that would be obvious. And we're like, what if it was Kellerman Sr.?
Mm-hmm.
And as we know. But Nicole, did you think it was Ian or did you catch on?
I'm trying to remember because I kind of while watching it again, I think I remembered right away. But the first time I watched it, I think I probably kind of had an inkling it might have been Ian, just because of like you saw like the drinking, and especially once he saw like the bottle of booze, every time we saw Ian, he was drinking and at a bar and doing all these things, and he even makes comments about like he does that a lot. So once I saw the booze, I kind of had an inkling that it could have been Ian, but I guess I wasn't exactly sure who it was. I felt like it made more sense to be Ian, but like and then you said it could have been obvious, but
Right. Because to the audience, Michelle and I were convinced these past 2 weeks that Ian did it and that they were going to maybe spin it as to where maybe his father would have taken the blame or whatever. And so then when the cast was so quick to say, oh, it was Professor Kellerman, Michelle and I were so confused. We're like, wait, are we missing something?
Yeah.
So then when they then went back to the end and the thing, and
Yeah.
it was him, but we were confused as to like why they were so quick to think that it was Professor Kellerman,
Yeah.
because then we didn't realize that they were at Kellerman's house, Professor Kellerman's house.
Yeah.
So it didn't register.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
next, Quinn again,
Singing
Eye of the Tiger
To the
again.
camera.
Setting up the video.
the video camera for Haley, and she's singing. She needs to test.
Yeah.
Sing, sing, sing.
Sing, 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 and the band
The
walks
video
in behind
chat.
her.
Oh, so awkward.
Oh,
Ooh,
so
I'm
funny because that
cringy.
happens to you all the time. It's not funny when it happens to you all the
But
time.
the band was like, wow, this cute chick's being funny.
I
Right?
don't know about that.
No? Okay.
why do you think they're having her sing so much in the last few episodes?
Oh,
She should
like fake singing.
Do
like
we have any listeners
It's
who
like
want to
a-
fill us in on that?
in a Quinn's character to like sing all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I sing all the time, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Like, we sing all the time.
Oh,
we do
always.
sing a lot.
But like to
Ooh,
your
see?
objects all the time like that though?
No.
I don't think so.
But just lately, she's been singing a lot.
Yeah, it's like this new trait they gave her.
Yeah, it was like the last few
My eyes
episodes.
just bugged out of my head.
Yeah.
LOL.
I have Fortitude meets with Ian
Yep. At Dixie's.
yet
Dixie
again.
Belle.
They're really
using-
Dixie's a lot
they're-
this season.
Yeah, they're using that location a lot.
Hmm.
It's the only diner in town now.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's
Really.
true.
It really is.
Yeah, they meet up with him, and they're still talking about Kellerman, and
They should celebrate baby Lydia. 'Cause he
Yeah.
just gave,
tell her to call me in
So,
17
yeah,
years.
he's
I'm like,
super
fuck,
creeper.
creeper.
He's
He-
so.
Gross.
Yeah.
Then
Brooke tells Haley that she got
New York offer,
New York offer.
Yeah.
and that she's thinking about taking it.
And she says something, I didn't write it down, but to the effect is like that they said that the River Court was going to be shut down, like
Closed. closed.
no, I can't think of the word.
Torn down.
Torn down. And so she said something like, well, then, when it's kind of there in your face, it reminds you of what you could have had,
And
or
what you wanted to
what you
be.
wanted, and that you didn't get that essentially.
Yeah.
So that was sad. I feel
Kind
sad
of an
for
end of an
her.
era.
Yeah.
Then Skills knocks the sign over
Yeah.
for the condominiums.
Yeah, and Mouth and Millie are there,
They're just
and
hanging out.
Mouth is talking about when they used to do the commentary, him and Jimmy, which I was
Throwback.
like, oh, okay, that's nice that they mentioned Jimmy,
Yeah, that was nice.
and Skills actually says it's an end of an era,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is it's true.
Yeah.
Sad. Then we have Alex is nervous. She's about to perform.
Tequila shots,
And she's about to drink, and Chase is like, "Don't drink," and she's like, "You do it," and then they kiss, and it's like, okay.
I actually didn't mind that scene. Thirsty Alyssa over here. I was like, it's kind of cute.
It was fine.
Yeah.
And
It was so cute, or
it was
kind of cute.
It wasn't
It's
so
not
cute.
so cute.
It was
Okay,
not.
no, because I heard
No.
cute, and I was like, oh,
No,
It was
there
always-
wasn't many Secutes. I haven't obviously
Lydia
said
is
it
so
once.
cute.
Yeah, she's
I
adorable.
love her
Chunky
pink
little legs.
little hat.
Yeah.
Mhm.
In her bedroom, like Nicole said.
Then Julian is at the crash site,
Oh yeah.
right?
I have Alex singing. Like,
Well, yeah,
before Alex goes on.
She performs.
She's a country
It's
star.
like while she's singing, this is like one
Yeah,
of
the montage
montages start.
part.
That happens. Brooke's drinking or
Yeah.
going
Yeah, I have a
to.
perfect shot.
Yeah.
She
yeah,
pours a shot. She doesn't drink it though.
No.
and then Julian
Clay-
goes to the crash. She finds the ribbon. I guess.
Yeah, Clay is giving himself finger guns with
Yeah.
the hat.
Why? That was so incredibly unnecessary.
He's
so
so-
funny.
The thing is that shit I do. It's like Quinn sings. I'm like Quay, but in like
You're
not
a
a bad
fused
way.
version of.
Yeah, I mean, I'm clumsy, I'm quirky, I sing, I do finger guns, I talk in the mirror to myself.
Maybe if an
I have
audience
great
was
hair.
watching you every week, they would be like, "Wow, Michelle's really annoying." But I
wow,
don't think
Michelle's a
so.
hypocrite. Michelle's actually so cringy.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh,
I don't want to be known as that, guys.
No.
I think I'm a little.
I
Behind
noticed
closed
a really weird camera transition in that scene. I don't know if you guys, he was like had the cowboy hat and he turned around and he threw the cowboy hat and then like the camera went
Yes.
into the cowboy hat and
Yeah.
then
The
came
hat
back.
was like over the camera kind of thing.
Yeah. I'm like, I thought that was really weird. I don't know. I mean,
so artsy.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, trying
Great
to be
camera
artsy.
work.
Oh,
I have cute river court dance with Mouth and Millie, and Skills is playing basketball around them.
Right.
and the boys and the baby.
Yep.
Nate and Jamie.
Do you know what all I could think about? in
Where's
that
Uncle
scene?
Lucas?
No, I thought all I could think about is when you go to the aquarium
And you're looking in the tank?
and you go to the touch tank and you touch like the starfish and stuff.
That's what you think?
When Nate and Jamie were looking over at the baby, they kind of looked like what I would look like at the aquarium.
And they were like kind of smiling and looking
When
at
you
each
took
other.
the stingrays?
Yes, and they kind of they were like touching Lydia's feet.
Yeah, totally.
Okay,
the
sure,
same.
Michelle.
See,
Whatever
here's
you
the
say.
Quinn moment, right?
That's
Am I
a.
the Quinn of the podcast? Yikes.
Now I have then the seriousness happens and Nate
Julian's
calls
pissed.
Julian over and he says, "What do you want to do about the situation?"
Julian
And Julian's
is pissed.
seen fire.
Hot fire.
I loved how Nate was in that scene. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm
He's
just
like, I'll do
delivering
whatever
the
you
message,
want.
whatever you want.
Whatever
what do
you
you
want
think?
to do.
Do you need a beer?
But I like that Julian said it's not fair that now it's an hour.
It's true. He's like, now I feel guilty if we
Yeah.
send him in, if we don't.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
that it's up to
now
them
the
what
stress
happens.
is on them. That sucks.
Yeah.
Not cool.
Oh, I wrote
Clay
ice cream?
says, "You look hot."
Oh.
to Quinn.
Gosh.
See that I didn't write down anything about that.
Yeah, Clay Andrews trick. You look hot.
What'd you think about that, Nicole? Did you cringe as much as we did?
Yeah.
It's just like their dialogue is so bad.
We
It's
were
so
saying on
bad.
pre-show that I hope our listeners don't think we hate the actors.
No,
No,
we have nothing
we
against them.
love them and adore
I
them.
think they're great. And that's probably why, and they're so great because
I
we're
want so
finding
much
these
for them.
characters so uncomfortable.
Right. I find their dialogue to be so uncomfortable.
I feel like
The way
it's
they deliver.
forced a little
It's
bit.
forced. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Like, and
it's
that's
just
why I feel
them
like
too.
it's weird.
yeah.
that?
It's just
Why?
weird.
I don't know. I
I
don't
don't
get
know.
it.
I don't get it either.
This
because
whole season is just us trying to understand why they're so weird.
I know.
Every episode, we're like, okay, guys, what do we think this week? Why are they this way?
Because they've had their moments that they were in Quingy.
Yeah, when they're not
They're
together.
very rare.
They're very rare and far and few between, but
and
they
when they're
happen.
not Quay, when they're Quinn and Clay, they're better.
They're good.
When they're Quay,
Well, except when Quinn's singing.
right.
And when Clay's hair looks like a cow licked it.
What is happening? Nicole, did you notice the one scene in they were in Dixie's a lot, but when they were the first scene when they were in the diner and Clay and Nate are talking to Ian and like Clay's hair is coming like every which way. I'm like, what happened to his head?
Like Goku.
He looks like he stuck his head right, or like he stuck his finger in a socket and like just buzzed
Yeah, but
him.
it's like messy, but in these weird
Messily placed,
Yeah, like a
Yeah,
cow
but
licked it.
badly.
Mhm.
badly.
And I was gonna say, is that like I think it's like intentional, like trying to be
yeah,
messy.
it's
but,
intentional.
Like,
Yeah.
It's just bad.
It's like
He's the Lucas of
I was
season
about
4.
to say it's a throwback to the Lucas hair.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Remember that hair?
Oh, yeah.
No, but we were like on fire about his hair. Like Clay, it's bad, but we haven't talked about it a lot. Every episode, we were like, "What's with Lucas's hair? What's
Yep.
with it?" We couldn't get
That was
past
like
it.
our
We even asked
segment.
Lee. We're like, "What was with Lucas's hair?" He's like, "Yeah,
That
every
was an
actor has
actor
a
choice.
yeah. Every actor makes their own decisions, pretty much." And we're like,
that's-
"Oh God, it's bad."
funny.
But sometimes you almost don't realize how bad it is, like you guys said in the last episode, until you see the flashback of like
Right.
7 or whatever, and you're like,
He
wow,
looks
what the heck
so much
happened?
better there.
Yeah,
Right.
what the heck happened exactly?
What happened to you?
Oh my God.
Quinn happened.
Yeah. Now I have ice cream. Julian brings home all the flavors
All
of the ice
of
cream.
the ice cream.
All of the
What-
ice cream,
what
I
was
have
your
that too.
remark?
I don't know. What did I say?
Wash your hands.
Oh, yeah.
You
Well,
flipped out.
I'm sorry. I literally just thought that Clay was the one bringing home the ice cream, and I was mad about it. I was like, wait, but
No,
in my brain,
Julian.
I know it's Julian.
You
It was
should
Julian.
still be mad about it because
I was mad about
feeding
it.
her
It
with
was
his finger.
disgusting. So he brings home all these
Dirty
containers
finger.
of ice cream in a fabric bag, which I appreciated. Back
Me
to
too.
Yeah.
right now, none of our listeners live in Long Island, but right now for Suffolk County in New York, you have to pay 5 cents a plastic bag to reserve conserve plastic. Anyway, so I appreciate that he had a fabric bag. But anyway, so he brings home all the ice cream tubs. They're laughing at me. I'm Quinty too.
Maybe that's why you guys don't like her that much.
But then he put his finger in the ice cream carton and then fed Brooke. And I was like, ew, dirty fingers. You just walked in the front door. You didn't wash your hands.
Ew, dirty fingers.
And then ugh, gross. Just go get a spoon. It's like right there. Just go get a spoon.
The best part about this is I was writing this down. I'm like, dirty hands. Wash your fingers. If Aunt came home all sweet and was like, let me, I'd be
I'd be
like,
like, no.
Thank you very much. But you get a,
Just
you
get
need
a
to wash your
spoon.
hands.
Just get a spoon. Don't feed me with your fingers. I don't need to be fed with
Yeah.
fingers. Thank you. And good night.
2018. Don't need to be fed with fingers.
The next scene I have is Kellerman is hitting some balls and
Ian
Papa comes
and Papa.
and he's like,
Kellerman.
out of all the games, all those games, and now you show up is what he said. I wanted to get the quote.
And that's where we find out. But you didn't
Sort
believe
of,
it.
though.
You didn't believe
You
it.
gotta read those
It was
lines.
behind,
Yeah.
right? Like it was. You were reading behind the lines where he's like saying it to him, but not saying it. Like,
I
look
took
what
the
I
fault.
did.
Yeah.
Right. If your mom was here to see this, and-
Right.
He says the line something like, if it goes public, I'll take care of it. And kind of that was the line where you're kind of like,
You're like,
why would you take care of it if you're the one taking the fall for it?
Right.
Kinda, I don't know. You can kind of tell that was one of the lines. I was like, wait a minute.
yeah,
Very
yeah.
Dan
It
Scott.
flips. Mm-hmm.
Very Dan Scott.
Very Dan Scott.
Very much so.
But not Dan Scott.
No.
no one will ever be Dan
No,
Scott.
No.
But I could see this 5 years ago with Nate and Dan.
It happened.
it did happen.
Remember
pretty much
when,
Nate punched Dante's face.
Dante.
Yep.
Yep. Pretty much killed him on the
And
spot,
then
even though he was
Dan
already dead.
punched the concrete
To make it
his
look
hand-
like he did it.
Mhm,
And he went to jail for a little bit.
mhm, mhm.
Oh, love Dan in orange jumpsuit.
And then he murdered his brother and was only in jail for 5 years. Remember that?
God. Yeah.
Remember that, guys? And he was mayor for a while. Oh, Dan.
Oh, I miss him.
Oh, Danny boy.
Donnie boy.
Here we go. Then
Julian talks to
confronts
Kellerman. Mm-hmm.
and he gives him a piece. I thought he punched him. I was like waiting for it, and I was like, I could have sworn Julian.
I'm
punched
happy
Kellerman.
that it would be below him to punch like a 6-year-old man.
I was like waiting for it, and I'm like, wait, doesn't I could have sworn he hit him, but I guess not.
Oh,
I was waiting for it, and it didn't happen. I got
It's
really
okay.
disappointed. I was like, damn it.
I felt sorry for him. He's like, I lost my wife and my son.
yeah, it was a very
Julian was
short
like, "Oh, I have nothing to
conversation.
say to that."
Julian's like, "What do I say to that?" And he
He's
just
like, well,
left.
Fuck.
Yeah.
It's like, well, damn. Now I have nothing to
Gosh
say.
darn it.
Alex and Chase again, but I
Chuck scene. I just wrote
Yeah,
Chuck
they talked
scene.
about Chuck.
Oh yeah,
And-
Chuck was
a little bit.
texting.
They talked about Mia too.
don't.
Yes, and Alex says, "Tell her I said hi." And Chase is like, "Oh, really?
Oh my god,
Oh
you're
my
so
god,
mature.
so
baby steps.
mature, so mature."
So much poor.
Because Mia was like, I told her she would do great or whatever it was, the text message.
I'm glad that they're not fighting anymore because that was exhausting. That was kind of like the same situation. Like Alex and Mia didn't like each other, then we thought they were going to like each other, but then they didn't like each other again. It's the same thing with checks. Like enough.
Yeah.
It's stupid, but
Yeah, yeah,
bye.
yeah.
Bye.
Julian says to take the job in New York. That's what I had next. Is
Oh,
that?
I have skills in M2 at the River Court.
Oh, I have Kellerman packing.
We all have different
And then
scenes.
I have
Quinn and
I have
Hannah.
the skills, Mouth and Millie
Okay.
at the
Okay. I guess I just glossed over that.
Yeah, so
Like a story about the River
a story
Court.
about the River Court. Which,
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Then I had Quinn and Haley. How did I do?
and Quinn says, "You did great." Or
Haley.
Haley says, "You did great." Then Quinn says, "You did great too." Looking
Right.
at Lydia.
Right.
And then Kellerman packing up. No?
Then I have Brooke in New York. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just wrote down her outfit because I loved it.
Yeah.
The horse sweater with the skirt.
Yeah.
Mhm. They're gonna leave Tree Hill.
Yep.
Brilliant.
Bye.
And then the boys.
And
bar.
then the boys on the scene.
Boys on the scene.
Boys on the scene, and you just knew as soon as
Yeah.
Kellerman was like, "Let's take a shot." I'll tell you, whispers in Chase's ear,
Yep.
what the liquor is.
Yep.
Does anyone
Bourbon.
have the? What is it?
It's bourbon.
It's bourbon, but what was the
Fidians.
Finian.
Finian? Yes,
Fidians with a D.
Fidi-
Fidians.
Fidians.
The
Yeah.
only one I drink.
I drink it all the
I drink it all the time, even when I'm driving and hitting
And
cars
Nate's
off
holding the
bridges.
shot glass, and he didn't even take a sip. He's just like, "Oh, fuck."
Everything in his mind. Everything
Yep.
in
What?
Fine.
Okay. What is he gonna do? What's Nate gonna do?
Well, Fortitude can't have him anymore. Then
Tell Clay, I guess.
He has
Moral
to tell
clause.
Clay. What was that?
Oh, I said they can't have him anymore because the moral clause they built into the contract.
Right.
Once-
Right.
True.
See, these are great things
Mhm.
that I wouldn't have picked up. Thank you, Nicole.
Me too. Oh my
That
God.
moral clause.
Yeah, like be a good, upstanding citizen.
I don't
And
know if
he
Nate will
wasn't.
say something right away.
No, but that's
Stew
Nathan.
a little bit. It's gonna come out.
Well, Nate never says anything right away.
No, ever, never.
Yeah.
I'm shocked he even approached Kellerman that quickly.
That quickly.
Yeah. He's growing.
He is growing.
When are we telling Haley? Next week?
Yeah, I guess, or maybe
Or Clay? I mean,
maybe it won't even
You don't think
be
it's
a
gonna-
big deal that he'll tell Haley. Like, we'll just come to the next episode and she'll like already know. I don't even think they're going to make a big deal about that. She has to know,
like
and
why?
Clay has to know.
Why ruin the baby bliss?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Very true.
it has to happen.
What do you think of this episode, guys?
I thought it was pretty good
was fine.
considering the rest of the season.
You say that every week.
You think I do? I think
Roll the tape.
Roll the tape. Please roll the tape.
Compilation of her
It was
Same thing every-
was,
I
it
would
a,
die.
was it a soft for poo, Michelle?
Well, that's the overall season. You know, this episode was I like the way they spun the whole
Kellerman.
Yeah.
Kellerman thing.
I was entertained. I didn't feel like, well, I mean, I was annoyed with Quinn's scenes, but other than that,
It
It wasn't
comes
like,
with the
"Ugh."
territory.
it
though.
Yeah.
does. It does.
Do we have any trivia from Tish?
It's a solid season 8
Yes.
episode.
Are we doing? We're just jumping into segments.
Oh, I get what?
Yeah.
Unless Nicole,
No?
did you want to take a break?
I don't care.
I don't think we should.
We can just go
No,
right
we'll
through.
just,
Why
yeah, we're,
not?
good.
We
We're
don't
chugging
need a break.
along.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys know the links are below.
Yeah. You know, find everything down there. Tish with her
Tish with that trivia.
Yep. That's her music. Hey ladies, sorry I missed you last week. My exam schedule was so hectic.
Oh, that's
but
quite okay.
I'm done now and 1 year closer to graduation.
Oh, congrats.
Happy stream night, and here's my trivia. 819, this episode is named after a song by the Bell Brigade, opening theme song performed by Lucero. It features music from Joey DeGraw and Jana Kramer. Comment, when I first heard Whiskey by Jana Kramer, I was obsessed.
Oh.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tish.
Thank you so much. Also, I have a question.
Oh, yay.
And a comment from Jade, who is
Hi, Jade.
Our latest pledge.
Thanks, Jade.
She says, I'm one of the very few that does like Quinn.
Oh, that's
Oh,
great.
good.
And I do like Quinn and Clay together.
Quay, honey, quay.
Quay. But my couple will always be Naily.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
She said, just a little comment for the next show. And she put the little monkey emoji with the hand over the mouth. And then she said, little question, if you have to pick one pairing, not just couples, but pairing in general, who would it be? And is there any two people you'd pair together more if you could? So it doesn't
Like
have
friendship,
to be romantic.
just a
It could be
relationship in general.
Who would you like to see together more?
God, that's so hard.
I would like to see Brooke and Nate more together.
I was going to say Mouth and Brooke. I feel like they don't hang
Yeah.
out anymore, really.
I would like to see just Brooke and Nate. Like, they never have scenes.
Yeah.
I feel like they could have a cool friendship.
I enjoy the boys together. I want more of the boys. And I'm glad they have accepted Julian into the group.
Yeah.
What about you, Nicole?
I was gonna say I kind of forgot until I think it was Ingrid just said Brooke and Nate, because we don't see him very often, and there's a few times where we have, and it's always been like, I think one of the last times was when Brooke was having issues with her mom, and he came over and kind of was like, I know what you're going through, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they've had a few things here and there, and then same thing with Mouth and Brooke. You know, they always had a really good friendship. You know, we haven't seen them because it's always like Mouth and Millie, and then kind of with the bar, and then so separate, like Nathan and Haley, and then Brooke and Julian, they kind of them four together, and the other ones are kind of separate. So kind of mixing the groups a little bit more.
Right. Michelle, do you have any you'd like to add?
Yeah.
No.
I guess Brooke and Mouth. I've always enjoyed that.
I feel like they're the old.
all of them.
I think-
any mashup.
I think we need more Quay.
No.
I'm gonna.
I think we need more Quay scenes,
I'm gonna
specifically like
disagree.
Quinn singing to play, and then
Serenading?
and then I, just more of them like with their one-liners, and I really like Quinn's long poetic comments
I
about
wouldn't
love.
mind a Quay scene as long as I can learn more about them from it. But if it's just gonna bother me like it always does, then no.
Yeah.
But if I'm learning about their personalities and maybe something I don't know about them that will give a little pizzazz,
Yeah.
I don't foresee that happening. But
Well, it's always about sex usually.
it is. That's why I'm so bored with it.
Gross.
And not even I'm going totally off topic, but Riverdale, we watch that each week, right? That's I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but some of the couples are so sex driven, it's all that they ever do, and I'm bored with that, and therefore
They're
this
teenagers.
makes me bored. Yeah, but these kids aren't teenagers anymore, supposedly.
Yeah.
They're adults,
Yeah.
and it's just okay, I get it.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Just over it.
This was
It's
the
fine.
season of sex. Everyone was sex.
Yeah, I know. It's boring
Sex,
after a
sex.
while,
More
right?
it's boring. It's boring.
boring.
It's fun, to watch it happen maybe for the first time between characters or for a special anniversary, but that it's the audience doesn't want to see that again.
Yeah.
Enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had another question from Muse Chick.
Oh, hey, Muse Chick, Vic.
What is your favorite flavor of ice cream?
Ooh.
That is so hard.
Depends on the mood.
And it depends where you're getting it from.
My favorite of all time, they don't make it anymore, but Friendly's used to make a raspberry chip royale. That was my jam. I love chocolate and cherry or chocolate and strawberry together, chocolate raspberry. I like
Yeah.
that combination.
My classics favorite are cookies and cream and mint chocolate
Mint
chip.
chocolate chip. That's also a good one.
But then I always like whatever brands that have the salted caramel with the chocolate swirls and the cone like in there.
Mhm,
That
that's
kind of
always
combo. I like that.
Or like Heath Bar. I love anything Heath Bar, but not necessarily Heath Bar ice cream. But like little pieces of candy bars,
Right.
something in there.
What about
Twix
you,
or
Nicole?
something.
Ice cream is my jam. It's actually what I had at my wedding instead of wedding cake.
Ooh,
That's a
nice.
good idea.
So I would say one of my all-time favorites when I was a kid was cookies and cream, but I'm one of those that I'm okay with like vanilla, but I love to do toppings, like do sundae. So I do a lot of like syrup, and then I'll do some like, little candies on it. So I just kind of like to add things to it. So I'm okay with like more basic and then adding my own things.
That's a good
to it.
philosophy.
Solid.
Solid.
Right? That's good.
Yeah.
And milkshakes for me too. are
Michelle,
big.
were you going to say strawberry?
Oh yeah.
You didn't go.
I didn't. No, I love strawberry, but I love mint chocolate chip.
Mint chocolate chip. It's just a
is-
classic,
Yeah.
refreshing staple.
Yeah.
We all had it in Wilmy together.
We did.
That was a great day.
Yeah.
that was a good day.
Kilwin's mint chocolate chip ice cream is really good.
That was really good. Or I like cookie dough.
I used to really like cookie dough. Oop, I'm pulling my mic as a child, and now I'm like, as an adult, I wouldn't pick that like first
No.
Well, no, it's
out
not
of
my
a pick,
first.
out of a
but
lineup. But thanks for that question, because I always love to talk about food.
Always.
We have to do our other segment.
Yeah, let's do other
Yes.
segments.
Yes.
Fashion,
Favorite outfit.
Brooke.
and I liked
me.
Quinn's purple dress when she was at Trick when she was promoting that
Oh,
night.
yeah.
I thought she looked really beautiful. Her hair, makeup, dress
High boots.
combination.
Any high boots?
And
I'm trying to think for me.
I just liked
Brooke in the
Brooke's-
last scene, right?
Brooke always has nice clothes.
She
I feel
really
like she
does, and her
automatically
hair
just
is
wins.
always. This season 8 is Brooke's hair top for me.
Yeah, me
I mean,
too.
every episode I say that she's my favorite look.
Roll the tape.
Roll the tape.
We're all just like Brooke, 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 Brooke,
Brooke, Brooke, Brooke. Jillian. What about you, Nicole?
I actually really liked Alex's outfit when she was singing.
Oh yeah,
Uh-huh.
Me too.
Um,
Yeah.
She had like a sequin skirt on, and then I loved her shoes, and then like her makeup was really pretty. She had
Her
like
makeup
sparkles.
was really
I agreed. I did like that
Gold
sequin skirt. I
eyeshadow.
forgot about it.
Yeah.
until you
Yeah,
just
I liked
mentioned it.
too.
Yeah. Do we have a favorite quote? I didn't really write down much.
You look hot.
I
that
liked
was my
when
favorite.
Victoria said that Clothes Over Bros was
Is her baby.
was Brooke's baby. I liked that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that, and I like that the end of an era because I think that there's a lot of
Mhm.
meaning behind
It
that.
is a lot. There's a lot of meaning.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
What about you, Nicole?
Phenomena. I don't know. I didn't really have much written down. The couple quotes I had written down, they're not necessarily like favorite, but I do have the one that Ian said. It's all I drink,
Yeah.
just because it kind of was more just like important
Right.
to what's going on. It's like,
The big reveal.
oh shit, he realizes. But I think that was kind of the only thing I really like wrote down
Yeah, there's
specifically.
nothing that like called to me.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, ooh, I like that.
You look hot. That was the one that's the only one I remember.
Or just
'cause I
even
can't believe it.
Chuck texting that Alex
Yeah.
looked really hot.
You
That
look
was
hot.
funny.
Everyone's like, you look
Yeah.
hot. Everybody.
Yeah.
Least favorite character? Ian.
Ian,
I think
I guess Ian
Yeah.
by default because his character was
It's a douche.
the douchiest.
He's the
douchiest.
one that hit them.
He's an entitled douchebag.
He really
really
is. Yeah. He's got daddy issues
and mommy issues.
and mommy issues.
Yeah.
He's got
He's got all the
issues
ish.
in general.
So we all vote Ian.
Ian?
Yeah.
Nicole, Ian? Yeah.
Yep.
But he lives in his father's house, though.
I get we're still
I'm
we're still
confused by that
about it.
because I would have felt like he either would live at the dorms or he would live somewhere else if like they didn't have a good relationship. So that's why I was confused as to.
Can someone confirm that?
I know
Yeah.
some. I just
Hello?
Michelle
Anyone?
and I were just really confused about the whole
I'm
situation.
pretty sure
I
he
mean,
lives there. It's a huge freaking house.
right? I'm sure he doesn't
Yeah.
realize that he is there because it is such a big house
Yeah.
and he can do whatever he wants.
Right.
Yeah. Favorite character?
Oh,
Favorite for me.
that's hard.
Damn. No one stands out.
I know. It's
I-
like everyone's standing out, but no one's standing out.
Right. I think I'm gonna go with Nate.
I was gonna say.
I was gonna say Nate, too.
Nate.
I was going between Nate and Julian.
Julian, yeah,
because
Nate
of
and Julian.
when they confronted Kellerman.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
say Nathan as well.
Yeah. I like the way Nate handled a lot of things. Minus, I mean, the Jamie, like I talked about in the beginning.
But it's
fine.
Nate
But that,
like.
as we talked about it, I'm okay with it now.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
So-
glad.
I'm going to go with Nate.
What about you, Nicole?
I was gonna
Yeah.
say Nate too,
Well,
actually.
Nate gets 4 votes.
Well,
You're our winner.
Congrats!
Nathan
Nate.
Royal Scott,
Yep.
you're the winner.
Royal.
Who's Royal?
Okay, let's bring it
Oh
up
my
for
god, do you
the
guys hate us?
episode.
Did you shut off the podcast yet?
I wonder, like we've had a lot of new people come from somewhere that are listening.
Hey,
I wonder if they're on the Royal train. I'm hoping someone reaches out to us.
Right, I hope someone just
tweet
like
us,
out of nowhere
#Royal.
says
Yeah.
Royal. Yeah.
That would be great. Like
If
a
we
little
start
hidden
start
message,
getting all these Royal tweets out of the woodwork.
I would love it.
I would love it.
That would be the best.
We're the
It really
podcast
would.
that keeps Royal alive.
Yes, Royal forever. # Royal forever.
Royal forever.
If you made it this far in the
Aw.
podcast, tweet us #Royal forever. That way we know
Yeah.
you're ride or die. Thanks so
Yeah,
much.
exactly.
Should I read our email we got?
Yeah.
So last night
like we're
when our
Sesame Street.
when our iPod, oh my god, our
Throwback.
episode went live, we got an email from our friend Grant.
Grant.
Grant. Talk to
I'm
us.
so excited. They'll never send us anything again.
The email says
No one emails.
we love getting emails, so please email us if you want to.
Yeah.
We're treehilltalk
@gmail.com.
at gmail.com.
It's like fireworks go off in our group
We're
chat.
like,
Yeah, we're like,
oh my god,
there's an email. Did you guys see?
Yeah, like, if we get email or if we get like snail mail, we get
Yeah.
super excited. We're like, oh my god, something's like
Party.
there.
Still no chickpeas.
So, still no chickpeas. The title is season 8, episode 18, "Kissing in Rain Scenes." So I was like, "Oh, this is exciting." It says, "Hi, I was over here literally about to email you guys while simultaneously listening to the season 8, episode 18 of the podcast when you guys finally figured out when the kissing in the rain scene happened, which was when Nate got caught with the porn. You guys also mentioned another kissing in the rain scene, but wasn't sure when it was. In fact, it was when when the power is out in Tree Hill and Nathan and Haley are stuck at Nathan's house, and Haley mentioned to Nathan how she thinks he doesn't support her and her career anymore and isn't proud of her. Nate rushes outside to his car to show Haley a box of hundreds of newspaper articles and stuff of her career to prove his support and how proud of her he is. She dumps the box over and then proceeds to kiss on top of the hood in the rain. She says, thought I would help out. Love hearing old moments brought up during the episode. I would love to hear an episode of you guys just talking about your favorite / sad moments of the series at some point. Thank you for all that you do and keep up the good work, ladies. I will be listening. Can't wait for y'all to get to season 9. Have a great week."
Thank
That is
you.
definitely
Grant.
something we would love to do. I would love to have an episode just dedicated to like everything favorite
Yeah,
about
like
or like sad
throwbacks.
moments. Like as soon as we're done, I
Overall.
think to keep the podcast alive a
Yeah.
little bit, I would love to do that. It'd be fun.
Milk that teeth.
Milk that teat, that Tree Hill teat.
No, we need to do a wrap.
We do. No, we have to do a wrap
Did you
up,
guys
but
know that THT actually stands for Tree Hill Teat? Just saying.
milk in the Tree Hill teat?
Oh God, imagine.
I was gonna say, actually, it's funny that someone wrote that email in because I actually had that same note I was gonna bring up because I was listening to the episode 18 today. So I've been a little behind, and I finally caught up because I was behind from when I was busy with my wedding. But I was like, you guys were talking about it, and then Liz kept saying, "There's an episode where it's dark," and I'm like, and then I wrote it down because I was like, I'm gonna mention it. I'm pretty sure it's the one where the lights are out, and it's all about Haley. So it's just funny.
I
I'm like,
know
"Wait,
what
I was gonna
everyone's saying, but I still have one in my head that hasn't happened yet. I know. I'm sure of it. Unless I'm thinking my brain is tricking me. I don't know. We'll get to it. If we don't get to it, then I'll have to just sum it up to the fact that it was the Blackout episode. But if we get to it, I'm going to be a very happy girl. I hope in my head that I'm not messing everything up. But
I don't know.
it's hard to keep track. So
Yeah.
many kissing naily scenes
In the rain.
In the rain.
They're always doing that.
Should I do some shout outs? A little shout out.
Shout out.
Shout out of the week.
Let's see. This one we have from our good friend Elizabeth. She says, maybe more than slightly obsessed. One Tree Hill was the first ever TV show that I followed week to week, and it holds a very dear place in my heart, and this podcast has joined it there. My perspectives have changed so much watching as an adult, and I am thoroughly enjoying sharing the journey with you all. I am happy to finally have a podcast focused on all of my all-time favorite drama series. Thank you for reminding us that there is only One Tree Hill, and it is your home.
Oh,
I love that.
So sweet.
And then we have ARGE 24. They say, love this podcast. If you're a One Tree Hill fan, this is the show for you. And then I have JJK Vezi, and they say, so good.
So good.
Just want to throw in some short ones just
Short
so
and
we get
simple.
them in
Yeah,
there.
get
You
them
know
in
what I'm
there.
saying?
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. We
Thank
love
you
it.
so much. If you haven't and you listen to us on iTunes, it's extremely important and very helpful if you hit the subscribe button and that you rate and review. We would like to get on the charts for TV and film podcasts. That would be nice before we wrap up the show. And if you can make that happen, best way to do it is grab your friends' phones. And
just grab everyone's phones.
subscribe. They don't have to listen to us. Just secretly do it behind their backs. You know, you can get it on their computer, their iPads, iPhones. Make it happen. Thank you. Mission accomplished. And then when you do, take a picture, like a sneaky little picture, and send it to us so we can see
Like
that.
a game.
Yeah.
That would be funny.
How many phones did you get? Subscribe our podcast on.
That's true. Maybe we'll send you a little
What's
gift.
the hashtag?
Ooh, what should be the hashtag for it? Sneaky
THT takeover phone.
Oh,
yeah.
Takeover? THT takeover.
THT takeover.
yeah, I like that. THC
And
takeover.
if you tweet us, we'll send you a little goodie,
Oh yeah,
Maybe
have
a little sticker,
little
a
something,
little pin, whatever we
a little
want.
writing device.
something.
Sure,
Little
something.
Something.
I'm gonna steal Eric's phone when I
Perfect.
get off.
There you go. If
Yeah.
you have
Get your
husbands,
husbands.
boyfriends, girlfriends,
Yeah.
moms,
Mates.
just
Siblings,
take their phone. They won't even know.
cousins, nephews, nieces, grandchildren, grandmothers. Grandmothers won't know
They'll
at
never
all.
know. I should
They'll
do that on
never
my
know.
grandma's iPad. Why haven't I done
Why
that?
don't you just
Will they
go?
question about the podcast app? Because my aunt was like, "What's that app? Delete that."
My grandma
You
doesn't
can't
know what
delete it.
anything
You
is.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, you can delete
Sam
it.
deleted it, and I
Oh.
re-uploaded it and subscribed to
Oh,
us.
I thought it was one of the apps that you couldn't delete.
No.
The stupid ones you can't delete.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
They shouldn't be able to delete that one because we need to do a THT takeover.
That's right.
Duh.
Totally.
Totally. Did we do everything?
That's
We just
it.
have to read Patreon peeps and that's
Patreon
it.
peeps. If you like the show and you want to support, you can go to patreon.com/treehilltalk. We have a bunch of perks over there. You guys know the dealie. Check it out. You can also go to treehilltalk.com for all of our links and click the support button there. Liz is going to shout out the homies that pledge. I know we got some new ones,
Oh,
right?
she's waiting to do her special.
Yeah. Roll call, I will. Oh my god.
Thank you.
Was that a Yoda?
Yeah.
That
It's
was-
not the best though. I do it best when I like fold down my cat ears. I have to actually make the.
You need the visual.
You need the visual.
It's okay. It
thank
was good.
Thanks, guys.
We'll do the Ravens first. We have Savannah, Michelle Lee, Jill, and Alicia. Next, Keith Scott Body Shop crew. We have Sam, Monica, Keegan, Jesselyn, Manon, Erica, Jaminica, Erin, Shanique, Tevin, and Jake. Then we have the Close Over Bros, Jade, Mandy, Ash, Teresa, Ashley, Victoria, Chandler, Sophie, Steve, Kristen, Amanda, Ryan, Logan, and Kendall.
Big group.
Mm-hmm. I have to take a breath. The Trick Team, Allison and Sangeetha, and then the Royal Treatment, Adana, Letitia, Nicole, Joshua, Michaela, Jessica, and Kelsey.
Holla.
Yay.
Holla at your girls.
Holla, holla, holla. If you're listening to this on Monday, the day this goes out, it is the last day to sign up to get a Lucas box.
And just to pledge.
Well, and to
Well,
pledge in
you know,
general,
pledge
yeah.
before-
To get any perks,
Yeah, the perks. The
But
perks.
we do have a couple spots open if you want a Lucas themed box.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah, I mean, come on. Remember that guy? He was
Who's
around. He's in the opening credits still, technically.
Technically.
No, yeah, and he's a fan favorite. So
OG.
he's an OG, and we want him to have a box, and we think it's time. So today, if you're listening on Monday, April 30th, today is the last day. So you'd have to go to patreon.com/treehilltalk and check out the Royal Treatment tier. and sign up there, and you'll be in. You'll be good to go, and you'll get one. It'll be great, and we would love you forever and ever.
Just
That's it. That's all
That's
I got. That's all I got. Thanks, Nicole, for joining us.
Thank you, Nicole.
Thanks, Nicole.
Yay. Thank you for having me. It was a lot of
Of
fun.
course. Any final thoughts before we wrap up?
I'm sad it's coming to an end, but I know you guys have talked about this a lot. It's, your first baby, but I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I've been, listening to you guys for like 2 years. So like, it's coming to an end. I'm like, oh man, just got to keep on going with the next shows.
Yeah, just
you know?
listen
Don't
to
stop.
just
We're
listen
not
to
going
IT3 and the OC podcast,
Oh, well,
and you'll
of
be
course I will.
fine.
Yeah.
We'll always do a TV show. I think we'll always pair TV show to IT.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. But yeah, I think that's it. I can't wait to hear what you guys think about season 9.
Yeah.
I'm like
Me too.
waiting patiently because
How do you feel about season 8 finale?
I'm trying to think how to say something in code to Nicole.
Oh.
Fuck. Like I
Just
want to
think
get her
mentally.
just like thoughts on something with one character. Something is revealed. I'm trying to think of something. Do you know what I'm talking?
Sorry, it's a fly.
Oh, I was like, what's up?
I know. She got through it. It's like a light bulb went off.
I'll have to tweet you. Nicole.
Yeah, just DM her.
Yeah.
But it's like, just think of how they feel about things and the ridiculousness of something.
Oh, yeah. I think I know what you're talking about. That's one of the most
Uh-huh.
things I'm very
Yep.
curious to hear.
Yep.
I'm excited.
Yeah. It's gonna make for good content.
But Nicole, though, tell me
Yes.
how you feel about season 8 finale. Is it a good one?
Honestly, I can't
Oh, okay.
remember.
All right, so that's fine.
So it's great.
It's been a while since I've watched it. Like these last 2 seasons, I feel like I'm kind of watching. I know the big, the big things that happen, but I'm trying to remember. I think I read ahead because I'm like, I think there's gonna be some good things. I remember reading something that I heard you guys talk about. So, like that you guys predicted. So I was like, oh snap. But I think it'll be good. I'm excited to kind of.
It's gonna be good. I can't wait for 9.
I'm excited
I know.
for
I'm
9 as
super
well.
excited.
8 wasn't great, but
But
9 will be fine.
Yeah, it will be fine.
That's our motto.
And just like you guys talked about the last week, how many more people are coming in 9, so that's even exciting by itself.
It's
You know.
true. It's like
Yeah.
a treat
Back.
because they
It's a
thought they were
treat.
going to end, and they're like, let's just throw everyone back.
Yeah.
Round 'em up.
Lucas,
That's what I'm hoping for. We know Peyton doesn't.
no, we know Peyton
No.
does.
And that's okay. That's
It's
okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's
It's
okay.
okay. It's okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
like
In
we're
case you guys
shushing-
are wondering, it's okay.
It's
right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for joining
Thank
us,
you.
and thanks for listening. And we will see you next week.
Have a good Monday.
Happy Monday.
Bye, guys.